Good morning.
Morning everyone.
Welcome back to another beautiful day on the finca.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Absolutely glorious.
See it.
But they were right with the weather. It has been cooler, so we've been able to crack on with the courtyard, which is excellent.
We're forecasting another 5 or 6, 7 days, 31 degrees Celsius, 93 Fahrenheit thereabouts. That's good for us.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
So we're cracking on with the courtyard.
We are. Exciting. We're nearly there.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right, so all we've got to do, get that little corner finished off there. That step one at the end, if you can see that, I'm going to cement that in place. But first thing I'm going to do, once we've done that, we can get rid of all this wooden edging, lay the plastic out, ready to do this bit. But I'm going to trim the plastic away around the edges now, and trim it from under that stone, because I want that set down in cement, because it's right at the end. We don't want that to move. If it's just on sand, it could slide. So yeah, first thing, let's get trimming. Right, it's better already. I think I'll get a wheelbarrow full of sand in next, or maybe 2. We should just about have enough stones to do this, and if I can do it at the side of the barbecue, that'll be good as well. So, get some sand. Right, so they're all in. The first thing we're going to do, or the next thing we're going to do, is do a wet mix. And we've got lots of little gaps because the stones are smaller. We want to fill in. We're going to set this one in place, and then stick all the little ones in, and then do our mass pointing thing after. So yeah, that's the next thing. Right, so we've got a big bucket of stuff. I'm going to get this huge one in first, and because he wobbles about a little bit, so we'll get him packed and stuck exactly where we want him. Then we'll get the little ones in. Right, we're all done, they're all in. Bar pointing, it's completed, so let's get it pointed up. If you missed the last one, we're going for bulk pointed again. Just mix it up dry, the sand and cement, throw it in the gaps, brush it off and water it in. However, rather than using the watering can this time, we're going to try the little sprayer thing. Might be a bit more precise, might not less clean up afterwards. We'll see, we'll give it a go. The pressure spray was a nice thought, but it didn't work very well, so it's back to the old watering can, but we've got a smaller watering can this time. Excellent, Sarah's just finishing them off. We've got a little bit of residue on top of some of them, but nothing that the jet wash won't fix. But we're done, we can crack on with our roof shelter kitchen bit now. There's few little bits that need pointing down the bottom there. Sharon's going to do while I start on that. It's easy, just potter on. We've got plenty of stuff because I made far too much. So less mixing for
it. Keep me going a bit.
All you got to do is a bit of water on it. Well, yeah, fantastic. We're there. Right, the path's looking pretty good. I'm going to see if I can take this wood away. See what we've got on our edge. Okay, at last. Alrighty. There we go, if you can see that in the shadow. Yeah, it's pretty thick in some places, a bit thinner in other places, but once this is all backfilled, with whatever we decide to put in it, it should be fairly solid. So yeah, that's really good. Really happy. Right, okay, so next is the roof. I've been debating how to do it and what to do with it. I was thinking about putting just a beam fixed to the wall across each side and putting the rafters joist across that way. But I think I'm going to stick with the original idea of putting it on legs. Because then I've got a framework to build my bench kitchen bit over there, plus places to hang things for here as well. Yes. So, but I've just had a look at this side. I've taken this bit off, this bit of render, the old render off, as you can probably tell. It's all going to be cleaned up and pointed up this at some point and turned into something useful. But at the minute it's not on the agenda. So I'm just going to knock off this stuff off the edge here, which will allow me my support to sit vertically rather than being screw whiffy. And when we get to pointing it, it's already knocked off. So where's my lump hammer? I'm sure it'll all make sense eventually. I can go down there as hardcore. I'm trying not to get it on my new patio. Okay. Right, a bit more and then we'll crack on. By the looks of it, I'm going to have to take this top bit of render off as well. The idea is, the timber's about this wide. I'm going to put it sort of like that, and then the one from this side, obviously it'll be up taller, because it's a bit of a low roof that, isn't it? But the timber's coming across this way. I'm going to notch it out, that'll sit in there, And then this will also, when I come to put a roof on this, if I can get it in the right place, the roof from this can also sit on this as well, killing two birds with one stone. It'll look a bit odd at first, but when this is done, it should look alright. And then another one on that side, same thing, and one across, beams, whatever. So I just need to work out the height of this for when I come to do that as well. Right, so there we go. I'm not too worried about the barbecue, it's probably unbreakable. There we go. Get it out. Alrighty. Right, the next thing I want to do, there's a bit of a hole here, so I've just put a little pad in it. If you remember, I've got my pre-mixed mortar mixture. Gonna stick him in there. So by the time we get here, that should be set alright. Wonderful. He says. Cool. Right, this corner's giving me grief. That's easy enough. I'm going to stick one on the end like I said, run one across here, and then same on that side. It's not easy because the ground's all sloping with that channel over there as well. But I think, because I want to put, what's going to happen, I'm going to have joists running across this way now that's going to carry the roof. It's going to be a bamboo roof, you know, one of those on a roll. It's actually fencing, but it looks great on roofs. So I want 3 joists running across to carry that. I've got to fix that somehow to the wall and into the corner, but I want also to pin this to one of the joists running across. If I put the joist behind, I'm going to have to build a bit in then to fix my bamboo to. If I put it here, I can't fix in from this side to anchor that, but I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a post in there, sit my joist across, and then run it on the inside and figure that out later. I can probably put a piece of wire through and just twist it up or something, or use some threaded rod and a piece of steel to clamp it to it. It doesn't get hot enough, it won't burn the wood there. So I think I'm on it. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make this and brace it so it's rigid, stick that in place and work up from there. Yeah, what a mission.
So whilst Andy's scratching his head, rather him than me, I'm going to start pointing this now, just filling in any of the gaps that have appeared after we've watered it all in, and setting these smaller stones. So I'm working in the shade at the moment, it's great, but not looking forward to going around there because that's in full sunlight, but never mind, we'll crack on.
So I'm changing my mind every 5 seconds on this one. Right, I've cut this to 2/150, which when I've notched out for the beams, that'll give me a 6'6", 2 metre clearance under the things, which is 6'6", because we do have 1 or 2 tall friends, and we won't want them bumping their heads, and 6'6" is a standard door size, certainly in the UK height, so we're going to work with that. Unfortunately, at that end, I can't get that height, but should I ever decide to put a solid roof on this, it's going to slope down, which will help the water to run off into the drainage trough, so it's a double bonus. It just means now that all the joists have got to be cut at a slight angle to give them that little slope. Yeah, you think what a simple job, just put some beams up, put some joists across and away we go. But so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to notch this out for the beam to sit in, put one across, put the beam across, put a triangle in it, that should hold it rigid. We can perhaps get it in and then I can measure that because that's at a different height from this as well. So let's do it. Yeah, it's a busy bench we've got at the minute. Right, what I've done, I've taken a slice through it and I'm going to stick that on there like that, draw around it so I can notch it out. The reason for notching it out is that then the load is transferred down, because it'll sit on top of that. My next piece coming this way will sit on top of there, and the load is transferred directly onto the wood. You're not relying on the sheer strength of screws. So it should last a lot longer. Right, so I'm just going to try and cut it with the jigsaw. Try. Right, so there we go. My next piece now coming this way, sit on there nicely. Now we need to decide how long I need to cut that. So I'm going to have a measure. The bamboo, the fencing, the cover is 2 meters, 2 meters by 3 meters. So I'm going to be working on the 2 meters from in width. I'm going to leave a little overlap just in case it's not quite. So I'm going to leave 100 mils, about 4 inches each side. So I'm guessing I want to cut it to about 1.6 and see how that fits, see how it lies. And of course I meant 1.8, not 1.6. So what I've done, I've wedged that exactly where I want it. It's plumb, crude, well it's the best way that I can see to do it. Stand on the barbecue, and I'm going to measure it. Right up to the wall I'm going with it. It's a stretch. Right, 193 centimetres, that'll do. Just going to leave him there, cut the other one, and then come, hopefully drop it on top, clamp it, level it, and then I can measure the height for that corner one. Right, I've had to rope in my trusty assistant. We're going to try and get this one on the top. I've cut a loose length of leg. Stand on the barbecue, probably stronger than the ladder. Precarious as it is. Right, there you go on there. Right, okay. Just hold her steady. I'll have a clamp on it. You can't have too many clamps, remember. Oh, it just fits. Right, okay. What I want to do now, I'm going to lower this down controlled with the level, and then mark where it's going to be on that post. Right, I'll try again. I've got my pen. Can't think of everything. This is not easy. Put him up there. Okay, right. What I'm going to do. Oh. All right there. Can't have too many one-handed clamps. I could do an extra hand myself. I'm going to pop them on there. Down a little bit more. Okay, it's pretty good. It's not notched out, is it? That's why. Not a problem. I'll turn him around that way. Right. Come on. it?
Yep.
Right, that's good. Whew. Right, that's level. We can juggle, we can adjust this end now. But it doesn't actually matter. I can just mark this now, cut him off, and then notch him out the same as that one. Get it up. Right, let's do it. I know, we've just tried it all back together. It fits perfectly. But before we put it together, we're going to oil it. Because that one especially is going to be against the wall. We won't be able to get down the back of it. And you'll probably see a line. Then I think we'll actually change the plan yet again. The one's going across, I'm going to keep it at 193, which will give me a 7cm overlap for the things, which is, well, just over an inch each side. It'll stick out nicely. So yeah, I'm going behind the flue, like I originally said, and then I'll just box out a little bit to carry the roof, the bamboo after. The bamboo's easy to cut out as well. So yeah, let's get them oiled, then we can get this put together. What do you think? It'll take an afternoon. I thought we'd throw this up in an afternoon. It's going to take a bit longer.
So, story of my life, in the middle of my pointing, Andy says, can you just oil these for me? So here I am, but I have got a lovely shady little workshop, so I'm not complaining. And I'll crack on with the pointing again when I've done it. Oh.
Right, so Sharon's just finishing these off now. We're going to let them dry overnight before we stick them together. But yeah, we've definitely got this finished tomorrow. Now we know what we're doing, it should go a lot quicker. It was just a case of stumped at the beginning figuring it out. But we've got a clear plan, we know exactly what we've got to do. So yes, before the end of the video it'll be up. Right, after much deliberating, we've cleared this area, as you can tell. It's big now, massive. I'm going to fix this beam straight to the wall. This soft thing here is very polished, it's very slopey, it's very rounded, dished, and to put legs onto that's going to be a bit awkward, ish. So the easiest way I think I'm going to fix it to the wall. Right, so this is the said piece. What I'm going to do, now I've saved a couple of legs, potentially, I'm going to put 4 joists coming across. I think that'll look a lot nicer. And I'm just going to put 3 fixings in the wall, just drill them through, then try and offer it up and mark the wall. So, here goes nothing, we'll start in the middle. Okay, I'll get the other 2 done. So there it is, it's kind of there. I've just got to make sure that it's lower than my gutter, which it is, and it's level that way as well. It doesn't actually look bad with the roof. Oh, it wants to go up a bit at the left, or down a bit at the right. We'll go up, gives us more height. There we go. Check this end actually, because the gutter's lower there. Yep. Perfect. Now all I need to do is mark through my holes. And that tells me where I want to put my fixings. In theory. Now all I've got to do is drill them out and hope I don't hit marble. lovely, that's one. Right, I'll get the other two done. It wasn't too painful. Now just blow them out. Right, so I've just cut 3 lengths of threaded rod with a nut on the end. I'm just gonna fill the holes with resin. Hopefully it's gonna mix alright. And simply push them in. I need a bit more in there, I think. Okay. That should do. It doesn't matter if they're a bit of an angle, just bend them when they're done. Right, I'll get the other 2 in. And while they're drying, setting, we'll get a bit of oil on this. Saves getting it on the wall later. Right, let's see if we can get this jigsaw put together. I'm using joist hangers to hang the joists on. I'm going to put this one on first because this one's going right at the end, and I had to modify it to make that straight so it'll sit down the end there. So I'm literally just going to screw it in place. Oh. Okay, I got the rest in. Right, I'm actually on my own today because Sharon's gone to rescue a cat. Cut a long story short, we rescued this cat about 5 years ago, and it moved out, went to live with one of the neighbours, and now the neighbour unfortunately has become very ill and can't look after it, so she's gone to get her again. So there we are. Let's see if we can get this in. Not going to be easy on my own, is it? I better get a ladder. I've got all the bits wedged, so I just need to lean that one up a bit. It should work. Okay, get a clamp on it quick. Oh, right, getting wedged quick. I can fine tune this end after. Alrighty, right, after an epic struggle, it's in. I'm just going to fire a lag bolt into it. I'm going to try. Crikey mate, tight. Turn the torque up. Turn it up a bit more. Excellent. Right, one in. Cool. I'll get another one in here and then I'll look at that side. Right, okay, I've just stuck a couple of lag bolts in that side. Now, time to get the other side up. Same as the other side, I need to get a joist hanger on this end first because it's going to be right up against the wall and I won't be able to get into it. Of course I want this beam right on the end as well because there's a possibility I can put a doorway or something in here in the future. It's all possibilities. Right, fab. So he's on the wall. He went straight on actually. I just need to cut some metal plates now because these holes are too big for the nuts. Big washers essentially. So I'll go and find some offcuts and drill some holes in them and cut them and be back in a minute. Right, so I overlooked the fact that I needed to make some brackets. I've cut them, drilled them and painted them, and I'm waiting for the paint to dry. In anticipation, I'm going to clamp this block on here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lay my joist across, try and hold it in place, and then draw a line down to give me the angle that I need, because that side's slightly lower than this side. So if I can get him on here somewhere, I think I might need my ladder actually. I'll get it on and come back to you. On this side I'm just going to screw a piece of wood just to carry it. I'm going to try anyway. Put the screw through him first. Oh, don't do that. There we go. Should do it. Right. Put him back. I think what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cut one slightly longer than I need it, and in preparation I'll just cut it straight. Say I'll offer it up, sit it on these things, and then I can draw down it with a pencil to get the exact angle that I need. Once the sort's set, they should all be the same angle. It's just doing this the once to get the angle. Right, so there it is, you get the idea. I can just draw down now along the wood that's already there to get the exact angle that I need. I'm going to wait until that's bolted up. They should be dry pretty soon, so it's very hot. I'm going to sit in the shade, get a drink, and pick it up in a minute. Right, they're dry, it's in. I'll cut these off later. I want to get this done. All I need to do now is draw a line down him. Even though the wood's actually curved as well. Same on that side, I'm going to cut it. I love it when the plan comes together. You saw me measure and cut it for this side, and it actually fits in the back one as well, which means it's dead square. We've done a good job. So all I need to do now is take it down, cut 3 more, the same, get the joist hangers in, and then we've got our roof up. Well, we've got the structure for our roof up. Happy days. Right, so that's 2 of the 4 in. I just need to measure the centre ones now, get them in the centre, stick the joist hangers in, and yeah, we'll have 4 in, so we'll get it done. Marvellous. The main bit's done. There's still a few more bits to do yet, but I've had enough. It's red hot now. It's time for a cold beer. Yes. So yeah, this is I'm going to call it a day there. We'll be back, and the next one carried on. We've still got a lot to do. So thank you so much for watching. Yes, very much appreciated. And we'll be back on Thursday.